It's a crucial week for the semiconductor industry. Samsung Electronics is set to release its second quarter preliminary earnings, while SK hynix prepares for its upcoming U.S. listing. Ju-yeon has the details.
After weeks of volatility in global chip stocks, attention is turning to a series of major events this week that could prove pivotal for Korea's semiconductor industry. Samsung Electronics is set to announce its second quarter preliminary earnings on Tuesday. Later in the week, SK hynix released its American Depositary Receipts, or ADRs, in the U.S. on Friday, giving American investors easier access to the Korean chipmaker shares. Taiwan's TSMC will also release its June revenue figures the same day. Samsung Electronics, the world's largest memory chip maker, is expected to report one of its strongest quarterly performances, supported by solid growth in its semiconductor business. According to market consensus, Samsung Electronics is expected to report an operating profit of about $56.4 billion, or 86 trillion Korean won for April to June quarter when it announces preliminary earnings on Tuesday. That will be well above its first quarter operating profit of roughly $37 billion, or 57.2 trillion won. On Friday, SK hynix will begin trading its American Depositary Receipts, or ADRs, on the Nasdaq in a listing expected to raise up to $29 billion, or around 44 trillion Korean won. Although SK hynix is a major player in the high bandwidth memory, or HBM, market, its shares have so far been traded only in Korea, meaning overseas investors have had to trade during Korean market hours and deal with foreign exchange cost. The Nasdaq ADR listing is expected to address these challenges by making the stock more accessible to global investors. Meanwhile, the week's major chip-related events extend beyond Korea. Taiwan's TSMC is scheduled to release its June revenue figures on Friday, offering another important gauge of global semiconductor demand. Ahead of a key week for the semiconductor industry, Korea's benchmark KOSPI fluctuated around the 8,000 mark during Monday's trading session. The market closed at 8,051 as Samsung Electronics gained while SK hynix fell, leaving the two chip giants moving in opposite direction. Ju-yeon, Arirang News.